Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So before we get into today's video, I just wanted to give everyone a quick life update. So I want to first start off by apologizing for not posting any videos in the last few weeks. 2 weeks ago, I had to have emergency gallbladder removal surgery. So I've been out for 2 weeks, but I am feeling so much better now. I can walk around, I can drive again, and I'm feeling really good. But I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know. And now we will be back to our regular scheduled videos. And I'm so excited to get into today's video with you guys. And as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be going over my February reads and then get into my March TBR. Let's get started. So before I get into my ratings and reviews, I wanted to let everyone know what my rating system is when I am rating my books. Out of 5 stars, 1 star is DNF. I did not finish the book. I will not be picking it up again. And that's that. 2 stars is I did finish the book, but I did not like it, did not enjoy it, and will not be recommending it or reading it again. 3 stars is I'm glad I finished the book and I might recommend to certain people. 4 stars is I really enjoyed the book. I would recommend it to people, and I'm really glad I read it, and I would possibly still keep it on my shelves. 5 stars is I loved the book. I'm obsessed with it. I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop recommending it. Inject it into my veins. I want to talk about it to everyone I know. So with that being said, let's get into the first book I read in February was A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. And I did enjoy this book. It did start off a little bit slow about a grumpy old man who is just unhappy with life and just very miserable to the point where he doesn't even want to live anymore. And as you keep reading it, you get to know him and get to know why he is the way he is. And it does have a happy ending. So I rated this book a 3 out of 5 stars. And the next book I read was Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I was really looking forward to reading this because I've never read any of Tessa Bailey's books, but I see them all over online and I've heard a lot of good things about them. But unfortunately, this one fell flat for me. I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. What I did not like was the miscommunication trope, and I also did not like the spice that was in here. It just feels like it was too much or at the wrong times and just didn't really flow well in the book for me. And then I read Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, and I did enjoy reading this at the time. It's short little book. It's about time travel, going back in time and realizing you can't change the past. And I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This was my first book by this author, and I know she's really popular. And the idea of the book, I understood that part of it, and it makes sense. The part where I struggled with is that this is all first person, but it's very cryptid in what she's looking at, what she's talking about, what she's thinking. So it's very much like read between the lines. And well, I can do that in certain books. This one just was not for me. Although I might still watch the show because I have heard good things about it. We'll see how that one goes. But overall, I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars. And then I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This is the second book I've read by her. The first book I read was Never Lie, and I loved that book. It was really good. Plot twists at the end, twists and turns. This one did have a bit of a plot twist at the end. Classic Frida, I've heard. I kind of know what's coming with the maid and everything. But I was really looking forward to reading this because I know the movie is going to be coming out soon. And I will be watching that. But overall, I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. And I probably will not be continuing the series. Actually, definitely not. This was good enough for me. And then I read A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. This is a fake dating trope with a billionaire who's looking for a fake fiance and a girl who just got fired and needs to move out of her parents' house, and they bump into each other on purpose, and decide to fake date, and then things happen. And I do really enjoy these type of books. It was a good cleanser after reading The Handmaid's Tale and The Housemaid. And this is a series. I believe it is, 3-book series about the Kane brothers, who are all billionaires, and I think they each have their own story. So I would definitely continue reading this series. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And the last book I read was Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This is an adult fantasy book set in New Orleans. This book follows our main character, Ophelia, who follows her little sister into this game called Phantasma. It's a competition where hardly anybody makes it out alive. And the only way to save her sister is for her to win the competition. And while in the competition, she does get some help from someone. But the ending did have me by a chokehold because I was not expecting that. Starting to realize I think fantasy might be my favorite genre because I just eat it up. I love it every time. And well, so far for the books that I have read, I really, really enjoy them. And I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5. I would definitely recommend. This book was fun. And I just could not stop reading it. I do believe that the second book comes out in April. Okay, so those were the 7 books I read in February. If you read any of them, I'd love to hear your thoughts or your reviews. Or if you plan on reading any of them, let me know. And now we are going to get into my March TBR. So now it's time to pick my March TBR from the TBR jar. I'm so excited. There are 4 Fridays this month, so I'm going to pick 4 prompts. And when I pick the prompt, I'm going to find a book that matches the prompt. Okay, so for our first prompt, it's going to be based on or inspired by a true story. Okay, give me a second and I will try to find one. My choice is going to be I Am Malala. And I've had this book on my shelf for so long. I'm really looking forward to reading this. Okay, the next book out of the jar is going to be a book set in a different time period. So my pick is going to be Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes for this prompt. Okay, and our third prompt a YA book. Don't laugh at me that I've never read this, but I'm going to pick Holes by Louis Sakar. I've been meaning to read this, and my son's been telling me to read it as well. So for my last and final prompt, it's going to be Ask Your Sister. Okay, I'm going to message my sister. She's gotten really into reading as well as of last year, I believe. I started her off with Fourth Wing, and then she's just completely gone on her own and just reads like crazy too every single day. So I'm gonna send her a picture of my bookshelf and then see what book she picks for me. And then I'll let you guys know. So I asked my sister, and she said either A Fate Inked in Blood or Malice. And Malice is the longest book on my bookshelf, and I'm not ready for that yet or to even begin that series. So we're going to go with A Fate Inked in Blood. So these are the 4 books on my March TBR. We have I Am Malala, Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, Holes, and A Fate Inked in Blood. I am so excited to read these. So hopefully I can get through all of these books and knock even more off my shelf. We are making good progress as of last month, so I want to keep the momentum going. If you're going to read any of these books with me, let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Happy reading. Bye.